Besides LSU's offense winning the whole bleeping weekend, how about former Georgia quarterbacks Jacob Eason and Justin Fields? At one time, they were on the Georgia campus alongside Jake Fromm. Eason over the weekend for Washington. Remember, he transferred back home to the West Coast, the Pacific West Coast. He's a quarterback now for the Huskies. They beat Eastern Washington 47-14. He was 27 of 36, 349, and 4 scores, while Justin Fields got his first start as the Ohio State quarterback. He beat FAU 45-21. He had 4 touchdowns as well through the air, also had 1 rushing, so a dominant weekend for former Georgia quarterbacks, winners on Saturdays.
Yeah, nice job by Georgia quarterbacks. My first weekend winner's a former Alabama quarterback. Of course, Jalen Hurts last night in his Oklahoma debut. Unreal. My man goes 20 of 23 for 332 yards and 3 scores through the air, Jordy. And then he rushes for another 176 yards and 3 scores on the ground. So when it's all said and done, in his debut, Jalen Hurts accounts for over 500 yards of total offense and 6 touchdowns by himself.
My first weekend winner is Jackson State's mascot, Wavy Daisy.
Yeah, it's great.
Jackson State's mascot now leads the country in penalties thrown on their own mascot.
You see the video?
It's fantastic. If you haven't seen the video, it's on social media. The mascot got flagged for a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty in Sunday's game. So the penalty occurred after Jackson State's Jordan Johnson hauled in a long touchdown pass. There was a bit of a pile-up after the catch, which included the mascot, who excitedly ran over to the action and tried to pull players off his wide receiver. So, shout out to him. He was like, nah, man, you're not messing with my receiver.
I've never seen a mascot get so hyped that they literally jump on the pile at the end of the play. Yeah, I mean, just fantastic. You know what, man? He's probably going to get fired, but he loves his team. That's a mascot. He's not doing it for the money. He's doing it because...
And then he went to the sideline and, was getting real hyped.
A head coach will kill a kid.
Yeah, but not at Jackson State. He got a little attention for us.
So
I don't know, man.
Talking recruiting.
The coach was asked about it, and he joked about it. He
was
okay.
Maybe he's that good. Maybe he's that good.
He was like, if I were that guy's coach, he'd be doing a lot of worms this week. He'd be doing a lot of, and he just started naming a bunch of stuff that, mascots do,
Well, I've just got one winner over the weekend. Y'all know I'm a sucker for an underdog. That's why I'm looking over to Alabama. They squeaked a win by this weekend, 42-3. Duke is a tough team. I didn't really know. I mean, y'all know I'm not big on sports. I looked a little bit up on this team. It's tough, but they played well, and they got 42.
Who was your favorite player on Alabama's team this weekend?
Tua Tagovailoa.
You said
it's Tonga Vailoa, but nice job.
Look,
Still pretty good.
And I was very impressed with that.
I'm impressed with myself. What can I say? Jordy, what are we looking at?
I'm not impressed with the record name.
Another weekend winner for me. I'm going Justin Verlander. How about Justin Verlander?
Hey.
I have no idea. I forgot baseball was still going on.
Career no-hitter.
Wow.
Did this yesterday.
And he's married to Kate Upton.
Yeah, he dominated, striking out 14 as they went past Toronto 2-0. Verlander, third pitcher. He joins a crew here that includes Nolan Ryan, Sandy Koufax, and Cy Young to become elite pitchers to throw 3 no-hitters. So shout out Justin Verlander. Also plays on the best team in baseball.
My second weekend winner, did you see this? Nevada walk-on freshman kicker Brandon Talton. Did you see it? Versus Purdue. Nevada-Purdue, right? A big win for Nevada if they can pull it off. Well, guess what? Brandon has a chance. 56-yarder. He's staring down with 3 seconds left on the clock. My man, despite being a true freshman, knocks in the 56-yard game winner. Crowd goes crazy. He's at home. Everybody's so happy. Jordy, the coach, is so happy. They put him on scholarship in the locker room after the game.
They carried him into the locker room. I've chilled up just thinking about it. I could watch those videos all day.
He literally earned his scholarship there on the field, the week 1 winner. Shout out to Brandon Talton.
I'm just looking for a job where all I can do is sit around and watch videos of walk-ons being put on scholarship.
It is a great feeling.
That's what I want.
It is a great feeling.
My second weekend winner is the coldest to ever do it, Crawford.
It's a great name.
A Louisiana student athlete made national
Better be a
headlines,
player.
not for his performance on the football field, but for his unique name, the coldest to ever do it, Crawford. It all started when the Green Oaks High School sophomore spoke to his local media outlet KTLA about his prospects for the upcoming football season. So after the clip was posted, screenshots of Crawford's real name began circulating across social media. As a fellow odd-named person, I'm here for it. Shout out to coldest.
Did you see the new Alabama commit, Kool-Aid McKinstry? That is also a real name.
That's just dumb.
His name is Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Have we confirmed that the coldest to ever do it is a player? Because let me tell you, if you're going to have that name, you better be a player.
It's not like
man.
he asked for the
we
name.
talked about some time over last week where it was like, he doesn't have to be the best at football, but he has to be the best at something. Like, just find your thing.
Something.
His
Everybody-
parents did that to him.
Yeah,
Doesn't
sure,
matter.
Sure,
Yeah.
everybody's got a thing. Just find it. All right, my next weekend winner, Danny Cannell, and anyone else who believes in the SEC myth. I don't care what kind of spin zone Peter Burns is trying to pull this morning, or that the
six
big
dominated.
dogs won, or that like Auburn won. This was a horrendous weekend for the SEC. Like the idea that the SEC is so deep and that every weekend is so tough, that is now BS. Tennessee loses to Georgia State. I could talk about that all day. It's unbelievable. Rocky bottom. Ole Miss loses to Memphis. Mizzou loses to Wyoming. South Carolina loses to North Carolina. Mississippi State looked like doo-doo against UL.
Chill out.
Florida didn't look great against Miami. Arkansas barely beat Portland State. That's half the SEC teams right there. So get out of here with this whole SEC is they're very top heavy. They're as top heavy as any conference in the country. And I also blame Nick Saban. He has ruined the SEC. He has killed so many good coaches and replaced them with scrubs from his staff. He is now the same thing that Bill Belichick's done to the AFC East. Saban has poison pilled the SEC with his dominance. And guess what? Now it feels like Jeremy Pruitt needs to be fired.
Yeah.
Like if you're a Tennessee coach, how can you feel positive about the future under Jeremy Pruitt today?
You can't. All right, how about Karl Granderson? New Orleans Saints on Saturday established their 53-man roster. Rookie defensive end Granderson, who was released from jail in Wyoming over the weekend, which is a win in itself.
Are we going to call this guy a winner?
I don't know enough about that. You got it.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting out of jail.
But
So
he
it's a win.
didn't he rape someone?
He cannot. Well,
I don't know. I don't
I'm
know.
talking
I don't
about
know the
this.
story.
I'm talking about getting out of jail on his job. So he's over there with the politics. He's not going to count on the. He's not going to count against the Saints' active roster. The move allows a 2-week window for the Saints to decide what to do with Granderson, who was originally set to serve a 6-month sentence. So, to get out over the weekend. Granderson to the Saints.
Okay, the interesting detail is there that because the alleged crime took place before he was a member in the NFL, he is technically not beholden to the personal conduct policy, so that's why he's no longer on the commissioner exempt list. Still, I don't know if I'm going to touch Granderson just yet. My last weekend winner.
I did. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
The Boise State. The 18-point comeback. Florida State in the first half. You're like, oh, okay. Willie Taggart saved his job. Kendall Briles has this offense rolling. It's all good. And they completely fell apart at the end. Boise State's come back from 18 down. Florida State doesn't score a single point in the second half. And the Broncos get the big win. So shout out to Boise State.